Good day everyone, I'm Gemelina Silva, one of the members of Group 1, and my topic is about population of species. What is population of species? The population of species is a group of interbreeding individuals occupying a specific geographic area which interacting with their environment and other species. It helps manage ecosystems and biodiversity, and to understand the population ecology informs ecological research and policy decisions. The real-world examples of these are lion populations in the Serengeti, coral reef fish populations, and endangered species populations like pandas, elephants, tigers, and tamaraws here in the Philippines. Now, let me show you some example of population of species that we can find in People's Park, Caloocan City. Protecting species populations requires a multifaceted approach such as maintaining ecological integrity, revitalize damaged ecosystem, connect isolated populations, addressing demographic pressures, and establish national parks, wildlife reserves, and support sustainable tourism practices. That's all for me.
A food chain is a group of organisms that are consumed in a linear order, passing nutrients and energy along the way. Food chain has trophic levels. The producers, the primary consumers, the secondary consumers, the tertiary consumers, quaternary consumers, and decomposers. Ecosystems. Ecosystems that are short-lived or change quickly in urban areas like Caloocan. There can include community gardens or pop-up green spaces ordered by residents by beauty an area.
Let's start with forest ecosystem. These are areas dominated by trees, plants in Caloocan. Urban forests are found in parks and along roadsides. Though not expensive as tropical rainforest, these pockets of greeners act vital refuges and biodiversity. The trees here in the fragrance like ilang-ilang and the towering nara plays a crucial role in cooling the air, improving equality, and providing habitats for local birds and insects.
What is terrestrial ecosystem? It's a land-based community of organisms and the interaction of biotic and abiotic components in a given area. The type of terrestrial ecosystem found in a particular place is dependent on the temperature range, the average amount of precipitation received, the soil type, and the amount of light it receives. The terrestrial ecosystems has two components, the biotic.
The term biotic refers to all living components of an ecosystem. This includes organisms such as plants, animals, fungi, bacteria, and other life forms.
An abiotic. An abiotic ecosystem is non-living part of ecosystem that shapes environment abiotic factors at the non-living components of an ecosystem such as water, soil, and atmosphere.
Adaptations are physical and behavioral characteristics that help organisms survive in their environment. These adaptations can be found in biodiversity,
in many ways, including organisms adapt to environment. Organisms adapt to their physical environment such as temperature, moisture, growing season, and soil. For example, fish have gills to exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide from water. And finches adapt to their environment. They develop unique characteristics that allow more species to coexist, increasing biodiversity. Adaptation strategies can help maintaining biodiversity. Some strategies for maintaining biodiversity include controlling invasive species, developing conservation and restoration plans, protecting ecology significant areas, integrating habitat protection strategies into zoning codes, promoting habitat restoration through native landscape.
In Caloocan, places like parks, large tree avenues, and natural reserves, like the Caloocan Nature Park, serve as lasting green spaces.
Interconnected food chains that illustrate how food chains overlap and intertwine.
Then there's the urban ecosystem, which is defined by the interaction of nature in human world environments. In Caloocan, ecosystem are visible in tree lines, street parks, and even rooftop gardens. These ecosystems are unique because they provide initial service to both human and wildlife.
Next, we have grassland ecosystem. These ecosystems are found in open areas where grasses dominate in Caloocan. We can find grass in vacant lots, community gardens, and some undeveloped spaces.
What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is all the different kinds of life you'll find in one area. The variety of animals, plants, fungi, and even microorganisms like bacteria that make up our natural world. Each of these species and organisms work together in ecosystems, like an intricate web to maintain balance and support life.
We have three levels of biodiversity: the genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystems diversity. Let's go through all of these. First type is genetic diversity. The diversity of traits inherited within a species. For example, a single species is composed of individuals that all have slight variations in their genetic composition. Having different population of a species help to preserve genetic diversity. Like dogs are all the same species but they look different because of genetic diversity.
Second type is species diversity. Refers to how many different types of species are these within a habitat. Some habitats might have a lot of different kinds of organisms that inhabit, to others might only have a few.
Third is ecosystem diversity. Refers to how varied the different types of ecosystems are within the geographical range. So this could mean something like a terrestrial ecosystem, like a forest, same by an aquatic ecosystem like a pond. So, diversity of different ecosystems within the same place and biodiversity at all three of these levels is essential for a healthy planet and the abundant resources that humans rely on nature for. The importance of preserving biodiversity can be defined as the critical need to protect and conserve the variety of life forms on Earth.
Preserving biodiversity is essential for maintaining the health and functioning of ecosystems. Sustaining ecosystems services that support human well-being.
Everything will eventually fall apart, suffering from lack of food, water, trees, fresh air, and animals. Will we simply wait for it to reach this point? Or find a way to solve it as soon as possible? For the sake of our future and to protect, as well as preserve our biodiversity.
In biodiversity, the variety of life on Earth faces numerous threats that stem primarily from human activities. Here's a summary of the key threats to biodiversity. Habitat destruction, climate change, pollution, invasive species, overexploitation, climate-inducive events, human-wildlife conflict, disease, economic pressure, lack of awareness, and conservation of efforts.
In the heart of Metro Manila lies Caloocan City, a bustling urban hub, but beyond the concrete structures and roads, nature still thrives with a diverse range of flora and fauna calling it home. Caloocan is home to a variety of plants, many of which are well adapted to the urban environment. The calachuchi, with its fragrant flowers, blooms in many residential areas, while the resilient banaba tree can be found in the parks and open spaces. Along riverside, you can find bamboo and mangroves, crucial in preventing soil erosion and supporting local wildlife. The city's green spaces such as the Kainin or Bagkayan Park provide a sanctuary for both people and plants, offering a rare moment of peace amid the hustle and bustle.
Fauna in Caloocan City. Well, Caloocan is an urban environment and still supports a surprising array of wildlife. Birds such as bulbul, myna are often seen in gardens and trees, while geckos carry along walls and trees in search of food. Even if the busiest areas, nature finds a way to thrive. Insects like dragonflies are essential for controlling pest populations, while small mammals such as rats play their part in the ecosystem, recycling nutrients. Residents of Caloocan actively engage with their environment. Community-driven projects such as tree planting and urban gardening not only beautify the city but also help sustain the ecosystem. People are learning to appreciate nature in their daily lives and contribute to its preservation.
Efforts to green the city, such as the Green Spaces movement, are helping to ensure that the flora and fauna of Caloocan continue to thrive in harmony with urban growth.
The local government and various organizations are actively working to preserve Caloocan's ecosystems. Environmental education programs, waste management initiatives, and green urban development are paving the way for a sustainable future.
As Caloocan continues to grow, the harmony between its urban landscape and natural environment is vital. By preserving our flora and fauna, we ensure that the beauty of nature remains an integral part of city life.